back to the channel, everyone. I am making a long series of videos, basically just quick little 5-7 minute videos talking about little things that are going on around the NBA. I will be gone for the next week, so any news that breaks next week, I can't really post about it unless it's on TikTok, which is linked into the bio. I did already record this video with the Charlotte Hornets. I will say a lot of things have come out since that with certain players that will not be mentioned, but there's plenty to talk about with the Charlotte Hornets moving forward because I am concerned about their young future. I understand with young teams, a lot of us get impatient, i.e. the Timberwolves with Zach LaVine, Cat. We got very immaturely, I guess. I mean, the front office did what a lot of the fans wanted, which was split them up to get young assets, and they got Jimmy Butler, and they could have honestly made the same mistake this year with Rudy Gobert, which is a video that I just recorded in the same exact hat, shirt, everything. So if you see that, you know why. But when we're talking about the Charlotte Hornets, what concerns me is the noise that comes from a young team. I understand that, like, I mean, even the Rockets, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood, both made a lot of immature moves, but I feel like they're growing from them, and they're not making as much noise with the media. I mean, Jalen Green even made comments that I feel like if he could go back in time, he just wouldn't say that stuff because it draws unnecessary attention to the organization. I think the Hornets are in a similar position, but they continue to draw more light to them when they should just be a team that's growing, and I feel like they're a representation of their best player in Lamelo Ball. Not saying that other players' actions are Lamelo Ball's fault. I want to make that clear. But a lot of times, your best player, his identity resonates with the rest of the team, and I feel Lamelo Ball, as a basketball player, from what I've seen on the court, he might need to, I understand he's flashy, right? But he might need to pull it back a little bit. And I understand he's young, he's developing. I don't think he really had a sophomore slump by any means. I'm not sitting here saying that. But maybe it's the coaching, maybe it's the organization with Michael Jordan. But I just feel like this team is drawing too much attention to itself as a young team. You want to be able to see them mature at least a little bit more than this. I mean, I understand being young and making mistakes, but I feel like from what one of my biggest concerns with LaMelo moving forward, and honestly, I have not met the guy. I don't know him personally. And I would honestly just ask him in person, do you feel that winning is your number one priority option? Because I know you could say that in interviews all you want, but that's just what the media wants to hear. And from his actions and what I've seen on social media and what he has presented himself, I don't know if he's in the gym 24/7. And that's completely fine. But if you're a Hornets fan, I do have concerns. The coaching has been a carousel for the past couple of years. I believe they just brought in Steve Clifford, and specifically the reason why I made this video was because of Kenny Atkinson backing out as a head coach. And I understand there's a lot of Hornets fans that I've talked to that are really not concerned about this and weren't worried. I would have been really worried if Mike D'Antoni had come in, because I do love Mike D'Antoni by any means, but I don't think he's a championship level head coach. And this is, I think, the root of this problem with the video. And it's not LaMelo Ball, because he's a great basketball player. I'm not saying anything like bad about him. And I'm not saying anything about Terry Rozier. They're a fun team. The problem I have with the Hornets, what is their goal? What is the goal for the Hornets? Because I said the same thing with the Gobert trade with the Timberwolves. Does this launch them into a contender position? I don't really think so. What do the Hornets get with Mark Williams as their center get next? I mean, what trade can you add to this Hornets team that makes them at least a little bit better? Do you want to wait until LaMelo potentially becomes a 26-point per game scorer, which I don't know if he really has that in him? Has he plateaued? I mean, these are all questions we'll find out in the future by any means, but you also want to at least start to build towards a finals caliber roster, where I don't really know if they can. And I know their biggest focus right now is probably getting into the playoffs and not having to deal with the play-in, but every time they've been into big situations such as the play-in, they have been blown out in an embarrassing fashion, and I mean embarrassing fashion. So I begin to wonder with the Hornets, and I might be hypercritical on a young team, but I feel that they're almost just not growing. I don't see any development with this team. I feel like this team is unserious. I feel like this team doesn't have a defined goal in mind, and maybe Steve Clifford comes in and gets that fixed. And I hope so. Steve Clifford is a guy that I think is a decent enough head coach. He has a lot of experience in this league, so maybe he's the guy that gets things turned around. I don't really know what to do with the Hornets, especially a smaller market team. But let me know if you're a Hornets fan. I understand these are smaller videos, but I'm just trying to get some content out while I am out of the country. So thank you so much for watching, and expect a lot more different videos coming up very soon. I'm going to expand my content a little bit more after this week. I'm just out of the country. I can't record. But if you do want to see more daily content, more college football content, really, go check out my TikTok. Also, go check out Player's Choice Gridiron. It's an episode that I was on. It's linked into the bio. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.